Be presentable, Kyra, be presentable.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kyra and today I am bringing to you another installment in my top 5 series. And today we're going to be talking about my top 5 favorite beauty products from your favorite store and mine, Target. To my channel, a very special welcome to you. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave because it really helps me out here on YouTube, but only of course if you like what you see today. If you're new to my top 5 series, I like to bring to you a little small handful roundup of products every so often that are just my tippy top favorites in any category from any place and any brand. So like I said, today we're going to talk about the products that I love the most, my tippy top 5 from Target. And these are predominantly products that are mostly sold at Target or not sold a bunch of other places other than their direct sale website. So let's go ahead and kick this off with a couple of products from number 7. This is kind of a BOGO. You're gonna buy one, get one free. No. I'm gonna tell you about one and then you're gonna get a freebie as well. The first product is their Lift and Luminate Triple Action Translucent Finishing Powder. I have mine in the shade of light, but again, it is translucent. This is the softest powder that I have ever touched. It's so amazing. It's so soft, it's almost creamy, and it reminds me a little bit of the Becca Hydra Mist, and I don't really want to compare it to that one because I didn't love the Hydra Mist, but it reminds me of the fact that it's so soft that it's almost creamy, almost to the point of feeling like it could be wet. But this is beautiful. This is hands down 100% the one that I use under my eyes now. I use my ring finger to just tap that under my eyes. I'm wearing it under my eyes today, and I just feel like it does the best job with smoothing out the under eye while keeping the concealer in place. I do like this on the rest of my face, but I will tell you this is more of a finishing powder. This is more something that you buff into the skin after you've applied all your colored cosmetics and things like that. And you just want to kind of diffuse everything out so it looks more skin-like, more homogeneous, more blended, all of the things. And it does work for setting the face though. I just think that it performs better as a finishing powder. And so the reason you're getting a bonus is because I do want to mention that number 7 actually has a beautiful pressed setting powder. This is the Perfect Light Pressed Powder from number 7. Again, I have mine in the shade Translucent. Now this one is very soft and silky, but not like the Lift and Luminate. This is more like your regular pressed powder. This is really going to lock your makeup in place, but without looking powdery, without causing your makeup to cake up. It's just a beautiful powder. In fact, I could use a little shine control right now. And this is just my holy grail. This is my everyday powder for setting down my makeup, whatever that makeup might be. See? Beautiful. Perfect. It sets it without taking away any of the goodness that your skincare or your foundation might be contributing to your skin. I'm not wearing foundation today, just concealer, and I love this. I'm working through some of my other powders, so I don't have this out on my desk currently, and I miss it. It's just beautiful. So I recommend both of these from number 7, and I'm still keen to try their loose powder. They have a loose powder in the Perfect Light line, so at some point, probably down the road in the zombie apocalypse when I need more loose powder, I might try that one. The next product is also from number 7, and it is a concealer. Now, I've heard people say this is actually not meant for the under eye, it's meant for the face. I use this on the under eye, that's exclusively what I use it for. but it is from the Lift and Luminate line, and it is their Serum concealer. I have mine in the shade Light, and for me, again, this is a really perfect, like, everyday concealer. It does feel hydrating under the eyes, but the thing I like the most about it is that it's more like a medium coverage, and I don't need a ton of coverage under my eyes. No, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying sometimes the coverage works against me. So you can see here where the concealer is, you can still see my veins and things like that coming through my hand, but it does feel hydrating. It really kind of almost sinks into the skin, which is great. I love that. It definitely lends to a more natural looking under eye. And if you're not looking for a natural under eye, I would steer you away from this one because, like I said, it's at most probably a medium coverage. I don't ever try to build it up because I appreciate this one specifically for its non-full coverage properties. And it's just a really nice concealer. I love this under my eyes. I will say that the shade range on both this as well as anything else that you might buy from number 7 is abhorrent. It's crap, but it is what it is, and if you can find your shade in any of these products, I do recommend them. But I will say that the one drawback of number 7 makeup is that the shade range is just garbage. But again, I love this concealer. It's really beautiful. It's one too that I will reach for on the days where I'm not wearing foundation, like today, and just put that on my under eyes because it's just enough that I feel more comfortable and confident in the discoloration under my eyes, but it's not so much coverage that is very obvious that I just have concealer under my eyes and then maybe highlighting the center of my face. So just putting that out there. Taking a break from makeup for a second, the third thing I want to recommend to you from Target, or Target as some of us like to call it, are the Sonia Kashuk brushes. Sonia Kashuk once sold makeup. I wish she still did, but she doesn't. But she does sell an incredible line of makeup tools now. I have these eye brushes. We'll talk about those in a second. But first, let's talk about this beautiful, silky, I mean, just look at the precision cut on that. It could not be more perfect. I love this. This is a beautiful powder brush for really buffing, let's say, finishing powders or even mineral powders into the skin, where you really want to use that circular motion and buff the powders into the skin. I also like it, however, as you saw me use it with the number 7 powder, I just use it to press any pressed powder or loose powder into the skin to really set it down. This is the large powder brush, and I will do my best to link all of these brushes down below. But this is my perfect powder brush. I will say I still have a need for something more fluffy, like the Real Techniques powder brush, which you can also purchase at Target. But this is absolutely beautiful. If you're looking for face brushes that feel like luxury brushes, I mean, this has a decent weight to it. Everything from her emblem in gold on the bottom of the handle, you have this brushed plastic finish here, as well as beautiful brushed gold ferrule. I mean, these feel luxurious. They're not as cheap as Real Techniques, no they aren't, but they are not as expensive as a lot of higher end brushes, and I just think they're worth the investment. A little bit less pricey are her eye brushes. You can buy them singly like this, as well as she does sell a lot of sets of brushes, and that might be the way to go, although I can't swear to their quality like I can her individual brushes. So these are brushes that I have all purchased singly. Wow. This one right here I love. It's the medium blending brush. You might be able to see that it's very dense and domed, but it also comes to a little bit of a point here. And I really love this for blending out the edges of my eyeshadow because of those dense bristles. It's a lot like this big powder brush where you can buff the powders on your skin, in this case eyeshadow, and really diffuse things. If you have some really stubborn, you know, sharp edges or patchiness, you can use this. And I've called it before, and I have one from Delium Tools that's similar, but this is like the magic eraser of brushes. It just, you know, you just go along whatever you think is not what you want, and it just buffs it out beautifully. So that's a really good one. And then this is the blending crease brush. I really like this one as well. They're just so soft. It's unbelievable that these, not that I don't have good drugstore brushes, I do, but to me it's unbelievable to me that these are sold at a local big box kind of store to me. So yeah, blending crease brush, very soft. And then these two flat brushes here, one is just ever so slightly bigger than the other, and this is the large eyeshadow and the small eyeshadow. I really like these because they do have a little fluff to them, but they also have density. So they're good for packing on color, both matte and shimmer. I specifically like these for mattes. So it's good for packing on, but it's also soft enough and with enough give that you can buff or blend as well. And I really like this smaller one for buffing out shadow on the lower lash line. So that's the Sonia Kashuk brushes. Highly recommend if there's a brush you've been looking for. And the great thing, at least at my Target, is they have testers. They have brushes out, so you can actually see the shape of them. You can touch them and feel them. You may not want to do that right now because of the virus, but you know, allegedly the world would go back to normal at some point. The last two products are from Pixi by Petra, and I love the brand. I love the brand for skincare, but they also have some really fantastic quality makeup products. The first one's a little more utilitarian and a little less exciting than the second, but if you've been looking for a nude is relative, a creamy peachy matte eyeliner for the lower inner rim, I gotcha. This is fantastic. It is called the Eye Bright Liner. This is in the shade number 1 nude. I've never seen another shade. I do have this on my waterline today. Like I said, it is matte. So there's no shimmer or anything like that, but I do find it to be incredibly long lasting on the waterline, and that's really saying something. I have difficulties sometimes getting things like this or eyeliners in general to stay on my waterline. This one lasts really, really well. It's very brightening, but without being so brightening like a white would be, that it looks stark on the lower inner rim. So I just like everything about this. It takes me forever to finish one of these, but I have finished one of these and I'm working on my second one. And like I said, I know a lot of us used the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Highlight on recommendation from Emily Noel, but she's, you know, shared with us that you can't find those anymore. It looks like they're being discontinued, and so this might be a better alternative than the ABH one that she's now using. That one's like $22 and this is far cheaper than that. And then last but not least,
An eyeshadow palette.
this is the Natural Beauty Eye Reflection Shadow Palette. This is a beautiful neutral palette, and it looks so very uninteresting in here, but you have so many things that you could do so much. I mean, this one even has like a tinge of green to it that's really interesting, and these shimmer shades are so much more interesting than what they would seem. I'm gonna swatch a couple of these here, and then I'll swatch a couple of mattes. But hopefully you can see here, they're all different. But look at these shimmers. Are those not gorgeous? I mean, you can see this one right here is very pinky. This is very, what are you, very peachy. It's just beautiful. And then to swatch a couple of the mattes for you, here's that greenish one This one, I think this might be more of like a satin. They feel so creamy. Where should I? We'll just do on the arm, right over the air fuzz, the arm fuzz and everything. But those mattes are so creamy, so soft, super blendable, and way more versatile than it looks. If you've been looking for a nice basic neutral palette, you want to gift a nice basic neutral palette or something like that, this is beautiful. It's very easy to work with for a beginner all the way up to someone who just loves neutral eyeshadows and wants a quality product without breaking the bank. You're not going to pay $42 for this, but you're going to get the exact same quality as if you had. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. Let me know down in the comments below what are your favorite beauty products from Target, whether they're sold other places or not. I need to know because I live less than a mile from a Target and I get over there quite a bit. I get my prescriptions there, in case you wonder why I'm going there a lot during the pandemic. That's why. But I hope this was helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe introduce you to a couple of new products or some fantastic brushes. And I hope you're staying safe and well right now. I hope you are spreading positivity and peace. And I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful makeup days. And I will see you in my next video.
Real